I like the way you frame. Ba-da-da. I like the way, ooh, I like the way. I like the way you frame. Hi guys, I've actually had to redo this video a couple times because I kept messing up. Check this out. I uploaded the video to YouTube and then I played it back after it was finished processing and I'd written all the tags and the description and all that stuff. But only to realize that I was supposed to edit out like the very beginning of the clip because I'd messed up and I had to start again without cutting, which meant that I had to delete that video and re-upload an edited version. So I deleted the video from YouTube, and I also deleted the video from my laptop because that was the unedited version and I wanted to cut it from the camera before I saved it from my laptop. However, I forgot that I had deleted it from my camera as well, so I had no copy left. So anyway, I'm late anyway, because it's supposed to be Top 10 Tuesday, and it's probably Friday by the time I upload this, so sorry about that. Top 10 musicals. I saw the topic and really wanted to chime in on this. I have like a bunch of honorable mentions, so I won't take too much time with that. I'll knock that off. But I just wanted to say, first of all, that a musical is a movie that I consider to be the type that replaces dialogue and monologue and narration with singing, where characters sing instead of speaking. That's different from a movie that just has a lot of music in it, because the characters are musicians and they're always playing and singing and performing and what have you, like Walk the Line, for example. Walk the Line was nominated for Best Film, Comedy, or Musical by the Golden Globes, when it actually should have been in the drama category, because although Walk the Line has people singing throughout the whole movie, it's not really a musical. Musical has music in place of dialogue and monologue, and no one really, a non-musical has dramatic justifications for all the music. For example, Top Secret. Top Secret is a movie that's one of those comedies where every single scene has some sort of ridiculous sight gag, and as silly as the movie is, and though it has a lot of music in it performed by Val Kilmer as the rock star Nick Rivers, it's not a musical because all of his performances are justified by the scenes, no matter how ridiculous the scenes are. Also, I want to mention Meet the Feebles, which is a Peter Jackson movie he made before he did Lord of the Rings and Heavenly Creatures and what have you. It's a Muppet movie, so there's plenty of singing, but it's all in the context of them preparing for a variety show which is going to be broadcast on TV, and it's been a number of years since I've seen the movie, so I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure all the songs in the movie are justified by the circumstance and not just a character singing for no reason and everyone acts like it's normal. That happens in a musical. I didn't think that happened in Meet the Feebles. I can't be sure, so I'm not putting it on my list. Number 10, my top 10. Number 10 is Monty Python and the Meaning of Life, which has a number of great numbers in it. That's alliteration. No, it's not. Never mind. And basically, I think my favorite number is probably the one that Eric Idle sings about the universe and everything like that. I wanted to sing a little bit of it for you, but that will just take a lot of time. Number 9, Little Shop of Horrors. I was in this show when I was in high school. It was lots of fun. My best friend played the plant, and I played Seymour, so we had the big Feed Me number together. It was like our big number. Of course, I really like the Steve Martin tune, the Dennis tune, but my favorite is probably the very first one, which was mentioned in The Last King of Scolboa's chat video. We did a chat video with another guy on favorite musicals, and I'll link that below because that was a video I enjoyed very much. So yeah, the first one, Skid Row, right, that's what it's called, Skid Row. That's a really great number right there. My number 8 is Chicago, which I did watch for a marathon back in December. That has lots of great numbers in it. The best one is probably They Both Reach for the Gun, which is a really, really high energy number. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, an animated film, of course. Lots of animated movies are musicals, or at least they used to be. Anyway, the best one in that, it's funny, the Academy nominated Blame Canada, and I think that's probably because that was the only song out of the entire show that they could have nominated, because they couldn't play any of the other songs, they were just too raunchy for TV. But the one about having an inappropriate sexual relationship with your uncle, that's a really good one, and the other one where the guidance counselor is coaching the kids on how to avoid profanity by replacing key words with other key words. That number's insane. I just love that number. It's really, really great. Number 6, Moulin Rouge. by Baz Luhrmann, my favorite Baz Luhrmann film, and lots of great numbers in that, particularly the one around the middle where they're trying to get the Duke, the really sort of snivelly Duke, to invest money in their show. So they describe basically the plot, and Ewan McGregor's sort of just like making it up as he goes, but it's in this really high energy number. Moulin Rouge is different because it uses songs from other sources. You know, no original numbers on it, not even the signature tune, which is like, I can't remember what the name of it is, but they used it in Romeo and Juliet, actually, a few years earlier, so not even that one's original. Alice in Wonderland, the 1950s Disney animated film. The Tea Party scene, I love. They sing the unbirthday song on that one, you know. Imagine, just one birthday every year. Ah, but there are 364 unbirthdays. And Alice goes, well, that means that today is my unbirthday too. It is! A very merry unbirthday to you, right? It's crazy. I love that scene. And also I really like the scene where Tweedledee and Tweedledum sing about the walrus and the carpenter. That's another good number. A lot of good numbers in the movie. Lots of good numbers. And I just love the movie in general. It's very surreal. You know, it's a Disney classic, but generally I find those not as much fun, but Alice is fun just because it's so weird. Number 4, Head. Here's a movie you may not have heard of. Head was a movie that was sort of like a spin-off of the Monkees television series. The music group, the Monkees, Mickey Dolenz and Davy Jones and Michael Nesmith and Peter Tork, those guys had their half-hour comedic adventure show. And then Bob Rafelson, who worked on the show, got together with Jack Nicholson to write a script for a feature-length film, which is more the same, but more surreal. It's more of a sketch comedy show with lots of just weird stuff happening and musical numbers as well. Lots of great songs in that movie. It opens with a song called the Porpoise Song, I believe that's called, the Porpoise Song. And midway through, there's a number that Davy Jones does solo. That's a really great number. There's a Mickey Dolenz solo number as well, and they also, as a band, play a number called Circle Sky, which is a really great number. Yeah, just a weird movie, really funny, lots of great music in that one. Number 3, Aladdin, from 1992, the Disney film. Robin Williams, of course, is the genie, and there's that song where he sings about all the things that he can do for Aladdin with his 3 wishes. You ain't never had a friend like me. That's a great number. But the numbers themselves are not like my favorites necessarily, but the movie itself is just so incredibly awesome. It's like my favorite Disney animated film, obviously. The Wizard of Oz, of course, the classic. Love that one. That's my number 2. Many good numbers in there, you know, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, of course, and I really like the one where the lion sings right before they meet the wizard. If I was king of the forest, not queen, not a duke, not a prince. But my favorite number is the Tin Man's If I Only Have a Heart. I just love that one. And I like the guy who plays the Tin Man. Can't remember the actor's name, but I knew it once. I knew it at one time, and I like that song, so there you go. I'm very qualified, aren't I? My number 1 favorite musical is a movie that probably only appeals to people who like musicals. There's no really great animation. There's no like dark or naughty touches like language or violence, you know. There's no like really elaborate production design or colorful costumes or anything like that. It's actually kind of drab looking. But it's a beautiful movie. It's called Yentl. Stars Barbra Streisand, and she directed it as well. She plays basically a young Jewish girl who is being schooled in the Talmud by her father. They live in like Eastern Europe in the early 20th century. And she is not allowed to study the Talmud because she's a girl, for no better reason than that. So when her father dies, she says, well, I want to keep studying the Talmud, so she cuts off all her hair, disguises herself as a boy, and goes to school to learn the Talmud as, you know, a boy. She's really the only one that does any singing in the movie. You know, it's not like the usual musical. Kind of like Dancer in the Dark. Dancer in the Dark really just has one person doing any singing, that's Bjork. So it's kind of, again, with musicals, it's sort of, you have to take that leap, that this is a really sort of theatrical experience. It's not like true to life, you know, because of the singing. It's even more obviously not real than your standard movie because it's calling attention to its artificiality with the songs. And that's even more the case here because Barbra Streisand is playing a person who's young enough to pass as a young boy. It's just like, but the music is great. The music is just beautiful, and I actually did a whole video in which I sang a bunch of songs from that as sort of like a sort of offshoot of the collab channel that I'm on. But yeah, really, really great movie. Came out in '83, bunch of good songs in there. They're all really good. Barbra Streisand, of course, is a great singer. Yeah, that's my list right there. I also wanted to mention a couple songs that I really like from musicals, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the film itself. All I Ask of You from Phantom of the Opera. Stick to the Status Quo from High School Musical. That is a good number. Come Back to the Five and Dime. Or maybe it's just called The Five and Dime, I'm not really sure. I think it's called Come Back to the Five and Dime, from the Reefer Madness musical. It was on stage, and then they turned it into a made-for-Showtime movie. Great number, really great number. Make 'Em Laugh from Singing in the Rain, that's a classic musical. Donald O'Connor running around, jumping up and down the walls, playing around with the dummy. Great number, really great number. And from Rent, La Vie Boheme, that's a really, really terrific number as well. It takes place like in a diner, where they sing all the stuff that they love about their counterculture life, you know, all the little things, you know, people and food and art and what have you. You know, it's just, you know, another one of those really just lively numbers that I just want to go back, skip back one chapter and watch it again, skip back one chapter and watch it again, and watch them over and over again. So thank you very much for watching. There's a link, like I said, to Last King of Scolboa's video in my description, and also a link to my Facebook page if you want to comment and stuff like that. That would be awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Later.